talk about auditioning alone for film and television. The art of acting on camera we could wax poetic about forever, but here are some basics. A term you should get used to hearing is sides. Sides are a section of a script used for auditioning, so the entire script doesn't have to be sent to every person. This is done to save cost, time, and to keep movies secret before they're released. Famously, Quentin Tarantino has actors come to his house to read the only script because he doesn't want it to get out. That's extreme, but basically the idea is the same for you. Because full scripts don't get sent out, it's often hard to get the correct information about the character. There may not even be correct information. Because you simply don't know, you have to guess a bit and make some choices yourself. This, in and of itself, is a skill. And here are some pointers about doing that. Each character in a script or side has gifts or attributes, accents, mannerisms, tones, etc. Some will be told to you before you start and some won't. For instance, if a gym teacher from Alabama yells at an overweight basketball player, and that's all we get as a character description, then we might surmise that he has an accent, that he might be kind of a jerk for yelling at someone overweight, depending on the words. But since we don't have much more than that, we have to give the character gifts, guesses. For instance, is he overweight himself? Is he comedically yelling or is he serious? Does he have anything in his hands while he's yelling? Does he walk or stand or pace? And since we don't know if any of these things, other than the accent and the dialogue from the sides, you literally have to guess. And guessing in our business is also called choices. Make some up. Build the character into something interesting and go to work yelling as your version of the Alabama gym teacher. I got great advice from my teacher at the Groundlings once about auditioning, and he said the worst thing you can do is be forgettable. So take some risks, but not insane risks. But you don't want to blend in with the thousands of other people they've seen over that week. TV and film in the audition room, the prep is no different. On set, TV is about tremendous memorization in a short amount of time with little prep for characters. Film gives you time to develop characters long before you film. And usually, it's paced out better than TV. In my opinion, film is easier to prep for and a far more enjoyable experience than television. But that's just me. Auditioning for film and television often requires a second person to read the lines with you, and that second person should always be behind the camera. You'll not look directly into the camera unless directed to do so. You'll look at your scene partner instead. They can read the script and you cannot. Your lines have to be memorized. But of course, what the casting director doesn't know won't hurt them. If you had to hide the script just off camera, just make sure you aren't letting them know you're doing it. Not knowing your lines is a dead giveaway that they can't trust that if you get the job, you'll really be able to handle the role. So prep for it, and if you have to cheat, do it. Your scene partner shouldn't ever be louder than you, but should be loud enough to be heard on camera. And remember, it's not their audition, it's yours. I'll tell you a little secret about smaller parts in films. They're often not well thought out in terms of backstory or character development. They're bit roles. And one way to make sure you're successful in getting those roles is to give them some backstory yourself. Make choices that were not given to you by the writer, because you may find something in the casting people never thought of. At the very least, they know that you're willing and you have the ability to think deeply about a character. And when developing a film, that's very valuable to a director.